Good day, readers and listeners, and welcome to this, a festive episode of Tom's Rapid Reviews, where each week we take a few minutes to read a book review written by one of our fabulous Surrey Library staff. I give a bit of background and context for the book, and it's all done in the hope that you might try reading or listening to something new this week. Now, this week I've decided to give you all a festive treat. A bumper episode of 3 Christmas crime novels by 3 masters of the 4. We've got A Christmas Gathering by Anne Perry, The Sitterford Mystery by Agatha Christie, and The 9 Tailors by Dorothy L. Sayers. A Christmas Gathering is a novella by Anne Perry, writer of much British historical detective fiction. Christmas stories have become something of a tradition for Perry. She's written 19 in total, and this one is the 17th, published in 2019. Let's start with a quick review of this then. I should mention that all of our reviews today come from my colleague Georgina. This is the very first Anne Perry book I have read, she says, and it was probably a mistake to choose one at random. Victor Narraway is haunted by some incident in his past, and Lady Vespasia is clearly an intriguing character. However, I was not invested in the characters and their backstories, and unfamiliar with her writing style. I found the text repetitive, and the endless rhetorical questions and unconvincing dialogue a little hard. Although there is some reference to the festive decorations within the house, the story could really be set at any time, and I would have enjoyed more description of the rich sights and smells of a Victorian country estate in December. The final conclusion touches on the seasonal themes of love and forgiveness, which perhaps justify its Christmas context. It is a huge injustice to mark Anne Perry down on the basis of reading a single novel, but it will at least encourage me to try one of her longer novels. So, going on Georgina's feelings there, I think we'll give this book 2.5 out of 5. Next, we've got a festive caper by Agatha Christie, The Sitterford Mystery. Christie needs no introduction, and The Sitterford Mystery takes place during Christmas time, with a thick layer of snow coating the Dartmoor countryside. A séance appears amongst those gathered in a remote house to reveal the death of Captain Trevelyan, whose own house is a good 6 miles away. Someone is going to have to make the journey on foot. Let's see what Georgina had to say about this one. What could be better on a cold winter's evening than settling down with a classic murder mystery? Imagine an isolated house on Dartmoor. The snow becomes deeper, and a party guest suggests trying to contact the spirits. For anyone who has visited Dartmoor or even driven through it in the dark, particularly past the imposing presence of Dartmoor Prison, the sense of place in this novel is strong, and you could just imagine yourself wandering through the streets of Exhampton and stopping for a drink in the 3 Crowns. Add this to the characters who are written with humour, affection and realism, and this is probably my favourite Agatha Christie book. Along with the official investigator, Inspector Narracott, we are introduced to Emily Trefusis, who is determined to solve the mystery and clear her fiancé's name. Like many of Christie's female protagonists, she's steadfast and ingenious, and navigates the many red herrings along the way to solving the puzzle. Christie spent a lot of time in Devon throughout her life and must surely have based some of these characters on real people. Consequently, the resident speculations, conversations and relationships kept me engaged right up to the last page. With all that in mind, we're going to give this book 5 out of 5. Finally, let's talk about The 9 Tailors. Dorothy L. Sayers is, like Christie, one of the classic British crime writers, a contemporary of G.K. Chesterton, amongst others. Her primary work was the Lord Peter Wimsey series, of which the Nine Tailors is a part, and which some argue the very best. It all kicks off when a sleepy village discovers the wrong corpse in a grave, and local rector asks Whimsy to investigate. Let's turn now to Georgina's thoughts. Lord Peter Whimsy, she says, is not my favourite fictional sleuth, and can be patronising and pompous. However, Sayers has explored the detective at depth, and how he is formed by his aristocratic background, Eton schooling, and the World War I trenches. Therefore, I put that aside and enjoyed the village setting, the range of characters, and the detailed descriptions of bell ringing. There are maps, a code to solve, and lots of campanology trivia. The mystery is too complicated and there are too many absent characters for a normal reader to solve on their own, but I enjoyed the ciphers, the setting, and the gentle humour, such as Bunter's lack of faith in the French Postal Service. If you read this knowing nothing about bell ringing, then I cannot guarantee you will come away being able to tell a Kent treble bob from a grandsire triple, but I hope you will appreciate its importance in pre-war British rural life. Our final book then, on the strength of Georgina's review, earns itself 4 out of 5. So, I think that's everything from me, readers. There's plenty at Surrey Libraries to keep you interested over the festive period, whether it's crime, general fiction, sci-fi. There's plenty to enjoy, both festive and otherwise. Take a look on the Surrey Library's website if you need to know our opening hours. But until then, I hope you'll consider liking the video, subscribing to Surrey Library's YouTube channel, and for now, I'm off to stuff some more books into Santa's sack. Have a very happy holiday period, and we'll see you next time for some more of Tom's Rapid Reviews.